I don't know, Bob. You think they're ready for this? You think they can handle what we're about to throw at them? Yeah, I think so too. What's going on, guys? And welcome back. After a brief hiatus, we are back. Now, this is not what we are going to be playing, but I figured to start this video out, I would show you all what I have been up to for the last month and a half. It's been a long time since I've made a video. Basically, what happened is we started playing the FTB Infinity with everybody, and it sucked me in, but at the same time, it was, had the problems with the crack pack. And then it got to where I was playing two different packs that were basically the exact same thing, and I was getting bored. And I had made a few videos with the crack pack. I'd made a few videos with Arc, and I wasn't feeling it. So, but I have some good news. We are back. We are not going to be doing everyday videos. I'm going to get them out as quickly as possible, but for right now, we are going to stay, we're a smaller channel, so we're going to just go as we can. The views start going up, which the views are going to go up, period, because I haven't made anything in a while. But, the more action we have on the channel, the more I'll start getting into it. So, but first, I figured we would start off here. Now, this is my little base that I've been doing on here. Now, I'm not going to really show off anybody else's houses around here that they've been working on because nobody knows that I'm in here recording. So, if you all want to see some of the other places, let me know, and I will get with them and see if it's okay, and then we'll come back in here and maybe do a quick tour around and show you what all has been done. So for now, you're stuck with just looking at my stuff. So to start off, this was done as a way for everybody to get more into the modded. As you know, we play with Radio and Variety and Shin and Echo and Maximus and all the Radio Craft guys, and most of them had not played very much modded. They'd done some of the stuff in Life in the Woods, but getting into some of the more technical stuff and the magic stuff, I'm giving away some spoilers here for later, they hadn't messed with. So I took the opportunity while we was in here to start getting into some of the stuff that I really hadn't messed with before or got too deep in. So it's been kind of a more or less a test world for us for going forward. We started off right here. This was just a little bitty hole. It has grown a lot bigger. We'll show you all the different rooms. As you can see, we're getting a little framey around here. But this is our little valley. Gypsy's over here. Radio and Variety are over here. Maximus is over here. Echo's building over that way. Shingraph is through that door right there, and we are right here. Now, starting off, our world spawn was, I'm wanting to say, like right around in here somewhere, maybe, or maybe it was over here. Anyways, we trekked our way across trying to find the perfect place to where we really wanted to get started. Then we come across this little valley here, and everybody liked it. Now, the only thing with this valley was it was actually mostly stone all the way down through here, and we went through and we changed a lot of that out. But this was our original mining hole here. Oh, I'm flying and it's not liking it. But we go down here, and as you can see, we have all done a lot of mining around here. I still have yet to figure out exactly why these were put there. I think the night that they talked about it, I may have been drunk and I just don't remember them saying why. But if you look on the map, you can see we've got a huge area that we have mined out of here. And then it goes on over this way, and you can get into where I started with quarries. And our base is basically right up that way, which we'll head back up there. So one of the biggest things that I wanted to get into was Thaumcraft, and Thaumcraft is something that I have dabbled in before, but I hadn't messed with a whole lot. And let me tell you, I have dabbled in it a lot now. I have pretty much, let me find my Thaumonomicon here. I have pretty much through and done about everything that you can do in Thaumcraft. And there's a lot of stuff. One of the things that I wanted to get into, which you've probably seen this little guy, was golems. And I had this whole little thing right here was full of wheat. It's slowly gone away. I had them picking it. You had the harvester here that would pick it, and then I had a gatherer. Now I don't know if it got placed or what exactly happened, but there was a death bloom that showed up right here, and it killed one of the golems. But they have picked potatoes, and they have picked a ton of wheat for us. But, you know, the one died. We've got to the point where we don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore, so I have quit doing that. But we have made a lot of the Thaumcraft gear. We've got the big pickaxe. There's still some of the stuff that I hadn't done yet, which we are far from being done with this pack. But it's got to the point now to where I'm getting to the point where I'm so far ahead that it is really a whole lot to be done. So coming in here and playing every day is almost too much. We do have our altar set up. We had a wisp spawner set up in here, so we could collect our essence from it, the ethereal essence. That's how we were doing all of the arcane infusion and stuff like that. Which, if we go down here, you can see that I just broke one of my skulls, and I'll never get it back up there, because that is one of the hardest things to do. Placing skulls like this is a pain in the butt. I don't know if I can place it on top of that or not. No. Oh well. One is not going to matter. I don't have a whole lot more of infusion to do. But anyways, with the skulls down there, it makes this thing very stable to where we don't have to worry about a lot. As far as bad stuff happening. We have switched this over to an Enderman spawner because I was goofing around trying to see how much power I could generate out of Ender Pearls. And it's not bad, but it's still not enough to keep up with it. We did do some node tapping. This is my lava generation. When we first really got started with a lot of this, I was using lava generators, which I still have one over here hooked up. This is just where I do mess with RF tool stuff as far as researching dimlets and stuff like that. I haven't really messed with it a whole lot. Shingraph has been the one to really get in deep with the different dimensions and stuff. We've got a lava generator connected, picked up some wheat. Lava generator connected up to here. Or I did. I don't know if it still is or not. Yeah, it is. I still see it back here. We have all the XP in the world. These 3 drums are filled up. Basically what we've done is went and got a blaze spawner. I have upgraded this with the draconium stuff, and it spits out just a ton of stuff. And I have my magnet on, and it's just going to suck everything up. I still have my belt of flight on. I don't know why. I have absolutely no reason for it, because this suit of armor. We've got the draconic armor. It's not fully upgraded yet, but I don't have... It's probably the best armor that's in this game. Then down here, this was our this was the first spawner that we really got set up um, as far as a real spawner. I will say a real spawner. We had a skeleton spawner that was here originally, which was what I used to get all the skulls. I spent, I don't know, 3 hours down here working on getting skulls for that. That was within a couple days of us starting this server. Then we took that skeleton spawner to the nether, which I'll go in and show you that, where we first started getting our wither skeleton skulls. And now we have, it doesn't look like it's very much, but Shingraph has set up an automatic farm, and he's come over here and took a lot of these skulls out of here. And then of course we've got essence building up, which I don't know what we're ever going to do with that much essence, but we have it just in case. This here was set up as just a kind of a community AE system for anybody to come over and get what they needed out of it, or use whatever they needed out of it. We have the big draconic ball up here, which is getting powered from one of 2 reactors that I have set up. One of the things that I've been working on in here is trying to get all the different types of armor. It is quite the chore to do. We've got the Betanian armors, we've got all the different metal armors. We have a zombie spawner above us here that we were using to fill up our blood altar. But there's still a lot more different armors that I have not done yet, and I'm going to eventually get all of them done and build a nice little wing for them. Blood magic. Blood magic is something that I had got into to a certain point. I think tier 3 altars as far as I got, because basically it gives you this right here. Not the sigil of holding, but it gives you the sigil of the bloodland, which you can use to light up areas, and that's what I use instead of using torches and having to get glowstone and stuff like that. We have it set up. It's actually a tier 5 altar, but I have not done the tier 5 blood orb yet, because I didn't have enough room to really expand out here very much. We got the Well of Suffering done. I had issues getting witches in there to fill it up, and I pretty much give up on it. This down here was our main source of power starting out. I built this reactor, was the first reactor that we built in here. Let's get this stuff out of my hand. It's generating about 21,000 RF a tick, not too bad. But then I decided that I wanted to get into, why is that not filling up? Because we got a bunch of water in there. And now we're stuck. Alright, it has a real bad problem of getting water stuck in there every once in a while. But then I decided that I wanted to get into making a turbine. I've not ever made one before, and this was my first venture into doing this. Now this one doesn't put out a whole lot. It's just a little over 10,000 RF. But between this and this, it has been way more than enough power to run everything that I need. The second setup that I really started getting into here was, not really the second, third setup, was into our AE2 stuff. Now we've got, as you can see, I got a lot of cobblestone. I've got that 68 million in the last week, and I'll show you where I've got it. I've had a couple different quarries running, but I've not had them running in a while. We've got more stuff than we're ever going to need. We've got a dimension set up, and I don't know if that dimension is powered or not, so we're probably not going to go look at it. It's not my dimension, it's one of Shingraph's. It's got the shiny, it's got diamond blocks, it's got quartz blocks, it's got gold blocks, it's got draconium ore, it's got a little bit of everything. But we've got our deep storage units here filling up with the main stuff. You know, the stuff that we get a lot of. We have all these drives, and I still have yet to fill up a lot of them. So we've got more storage than we need. This is Buildcraft lasers, and this was actually something new that I had done just to start getting into bees, which I put these bees in here the other day, and they've just been running. They make sugar. But these are more or less, these are Gendustry. The Gendustry machines make bee breeding a whole lot easier. I haven't got too far into it, but it is something that I want to get into more during the future. All these machines are set up with auto crafting. As you can see, we have quite a bit of stuff here set up. I've got the Thaumcraft stuff set up there with Atomic Energistics. I got some of that stuff set up on auto crafting. We got all our molecular assemblers and interfaces over here. And of course, this is the wiring room, and I am terrible with running wires. This wire runs upstairs to the Betanian room, to the Thaumcraft room. This is where we are generating the ender pearls, or using the ender pearls for power. As you can see, even with that, it's a tier 3 Enderman spawner that we have up there. It still doesn't keep up with the power of making these, which is why I did wind up building a second big reactor, which we'll get to that too. So these are what actually controls a lot of the crafting, as far as what we can do and what we can't do. This was an import area where I can just bring all the caches over here and empty them into the system, and it was alright. And this right here is where we got our 64 million cobblestone. 3 blocks. Basically, I got 2 stacks of world interaction upgrades, a bunch of speed upgrades, and it just inputs it into the system. There's probably better setups for it, but it's taking care of everything that it needs. This whole little setup right here is for making pure Fluix crystals, making our Fluix crystals, and making the pure Certus quartz. And then we can go on back here, and this is the setup we have to make all of our different presses and stuff like that, the chipsets for the AE2. What else do we have? One of the main reasons why I wanted to get into... Well, wait, I got one more room before we get into that. This is what I have been working on recently, which is the IC2 stuff. This stuff is quite the rabbit hole to get to this point right here, which is producing UU Matter. And without putting scrap and stuff in it, this stuff takes forever. So I'm working on getting, when I'm in here messing around, I'll run try to recycle some cobblestone and stuff like that to run through to try to generate more. There's better setups for it, and I'm going to eventually get to that. Basically, what I'm trying to do is just get enough together so we can create a RF Tools dimension with just UU Matter. We've got everything but the UU Matter card for it, and that's where that is. Now I've got replicators and everything to get ready for it. The only thing I don't have is the pattern storage, which was the next thing that I had to work on. So one of the other reasons why I wanted to get going with the Thaumcraft stuff is I had very bad luck at the beginning of this series, and we'll go out here. We are out here. We're about 2,500 blocks from home. I come out here originally to kill a wither. This was day 3, maybe 4. I barely had diamond armor, but I managed to kill the first wither. And then after that, the second one was an absolute travesty, which is why you see all these dirt pillars that have never been taken down. Me and Echo died 1,000 times out here trying to get that thing killed. And then I tried to figure out what would be the easiest way of setting up a wither trap. what we have here is blocks of cobblestone that have warding on it. Now let me get my wand out here. Where's my good wand? There it is, in this. If we look at here, there is a wand focus of warding, and basically when you use that, you can see it now, it's glowing. It makes it to where you cannot break these blocks. They will not break. So basically we spawn a wither in here, and this mob grinder will kill it. This draconic mob grinder, it will kill it all just in one shot. So basically as soon as it spawns in, it dies. And that's how we've got, I don't know, 99% of our nether stars here. Why is it not shooting? There it goes. But this was how we were getting back and forth. This portal here comes out right here in front of the base. Ooh, lag. Quit. Quit. Oh, it rained. This place rains all the time. And that right there is really, really loud, and I apologize for it, because it usually doesn't do that. We have the sound muffler here, but when you transfer back and forth in between, you know, or just going around everywhere, the first time it goes off, it usually does make some racket. But that's a weather controller from Draconic Evolution. It rains here all the time, and that stops it from raining. So let's hop up in the nether right quick. There's not much we've done in here, other than just the one farm that we have. And this was our original wither skeleton farm. This is where we spent hours getting wither skulls and trying to get a mob soul so we could create our own. I gotta show. Got two more things to show you, and I can't get up these ladders. I hate ladders. Let's go back home. Alright, one more room here to show you. As you all know, if you've watched any of my other stuff, one of my favorite mods is Betanian. And I have gotten a nice little setup here. Basically, we've got the endo flames. Make sure my magnet's off, because these things should have... Yeah, they still got a few left in it. I got these things generating mana. I have this one as our main mana pool. It has a dominant spark in it. This one has a recessive spark in it. And these just have just normal sparks in it. So basically what happens is the mana goes into this pool, and it's going to leave it. Now the first place it's going to go is to this pool right here, because of the dominant spark. Now once that pool, what is out there? An Enderman. Once this pool fills up, all the rest of the mana will convert into these. Now the reason why I have this set up is because I am working on getting a SS Terra Shatterer, and it takes a lot of mana to do that. I'm thinking it's something like 1,000 pools. I can usually get about 33 a day is about what I get out of this when I come in here. But if we go up here, we have our apothecary set up here. We have automated living wood, living rock set up. And then I've got two different flowers here. One is this clay conia, which I kept running out of clay, and I needed it for some IC2 stuff. So I created it. Basically, it takes a piece of sand. Well, I can show you right quick. Let's get us a piece of sand. I don't know if it's going to work because there's no mana in there. No, it did. But it takes sand and turns it into clay. And then this one here is jaded amaranthus, and it makes when it has a pool of mana close to it, it will generate all the Betania flowers in the area around it. So because I didn't have a whole lot of flowers when I started this, I decided to set this up. And as you can see, we'll have way more flowers than we're ever going to need for anything. Basically, this would grow it. I have this set up to where it's either 2 minutes or 5 minutes. I don't remember which one I have it set up as. It will generate a pulse from this mana spreader that will hit this drum. This drum is kind of like the horn of the wild. It would break all the flowers. This vacuum chest would suck it up, and it would go into the system. I've got these thermal lilies that generate off lava. This is hooked up down below to the Everburn urn. It fills up. If you look down here, we have the redstone for it right here. Sorry, I about choked to death there for a minute. These thermal lilies, if I can get up. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. This one goes up. The thermal lilies generate mana with lava. Now the only thing is they will keep sucking up lava and keep sucking up lava, but they have a timer, and the timer has, each flower has 5 minutes of a cooldown period, or it's somewhere around 5 minutes of a cooldown period. But every time it sucks up lava, that cooldown timer starts over. So we had to put a timer on it with a pulse that will set this thing off to where it go off every 5 minutes, which I've got lava, or not lava, but mana generating at all the time around here. So our last stop is one of the other things that I have been working on. Let's see here. We'll go look at this world right quick. This is where we've been getting all of our Laurium from a cloud. So we are in a cloud. Basically, we have a world set up here that has nothing but Laurium in it. That's all that's in here is Laurium. It's from level, I think it's 115, 120, all the way down pretty close to bedrock. We have a ender quarry set up with a pump upgrade that is working on sucking all this stuff up, and more or less we'd never run out of lava, or not lava, but of Laurium. We've got a ton of it set up or stored up. The last area we've got to go look at is the area where I have been doing the work here recently also. I've decided to start working on making some farms. We are in a void world. There's nothing here. It's the RF Tools dimension. We have... Is that working? Yeah, there it goes. We've got a tree farm set up because I kept running out of logs. And then we have our other big reactor that is powering our big ball. And off to the side here, we've got, it's 140,000 Laurium blocks. So we've got plenty of Laurium around here. So, but that is basically what I have been working on for the last little bit. Now, I am going to leave here, and when I come back, we are going to be in one of the things that we are going to start on. So, give me just a moment to load it up, and then I will be back. Alright, we are back, and welcome to the Hermit Pack. We are going to be starting. This is the first official 1.10.2 mod pack. We are going to be starting a new Let's Play on here. We are going to see what all we can do here. I have no idea what realistic is, but that's what we're going to go with. And we'll leave the seed blank. So let us create a new world. Now, I had said that as soon as the 1.10 mods started coming, that was what we were going to get into. And this pack's been out for, I don't know, about a month, I guess. It is the first official Feed the Beast pack for 1.10. There have been a few other 1.10 packs out, but for the most part, they are I don't want to call them test packs, but there's a lot of mods that are still in testing phase and stuff like that that people are putting into packs, and there's a real good chance of corrupting your world and everything else. So this is the pack that we are going with for now. Basically what we are going to use this for is as a way to get into and learn the 1.10 mods. There are a lot of new mods, there are a lot of old mods, there are a lot of old mods that have changed. And I have a pig pushing me. What books do we have here? Open computers. Alright, get up out of that. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. We have a digital guide for I have no idea what that is. We will look at that later. And of course we have our tinkers. So the first thing we need to do is get us what? Whoa, we are still generating terrain here. Let us get us our normal start here. So yeah, basically what I want to use this as a way to start learning some of the mods that are new. This mod pack is not really a huge mod pack by terms of some of the other stuff that we have done. We got beats. And we are getting some serious lag here. Well, we're running. Seems to be running just fine. What do we have here? Oh, I forgot. We don't have... One of the things that we don't have, and something we're going to have to get into pretty quick, is we don't have the old NEI. We now have JEI, which is more or less the same thing, but it does work a little bit differently. So we'll get into some of that. Oh, that's no, it's not. It's actually additions. But there are a lot of cool mods. I have seen some stuff on this pack. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're going to start this series, and I'm thinking about starting just a regular vanilla series. I have not done a vanilla series in a very long time. We did do the one Radio Craft. I didn't do a whole lot in it. Let's get us some tools here. So we need to get some food going. Now, as far as versions of Minecraft, I have not messed with the 1.10. I haven't messed with anything past 1.8 in a while. Oh, there's bees. One of the things they've changed with the forestry is the beehives now will hurt you. The bees will come out, the bees will sting you. Getting food that way. Let's get us. Oh, I gotta remember not to spam. The beehives will come. The bees will come out and sting you, and they will kill you. Which is one thing we don't want to do. So we're going to wander around here a little bit. We'll go ahead and grab these because we need. What is that? I don't know what it is, but it does not want to come down. Let's go around. What do we have here? Betanian flowers. So we need to find us a place to set up. This area here doesn't look too bad. We can set up right here on top of this hill. We've got extreme hill. We're in extreme hills. It looks like we've got plenty of trees around. Looks like we've got plenty of animals around here. So I believe, yeah. What do we got here? We got a beam. We've got lava right here close. We can work on getting some power generation going pretty quick. I'm liking this area. We've got water set up. Maybe there'll be a ocean monument or something there pretty close we can get into. So as far as worlds go, I do, at least for now, like this spawn. Hopefully we have some other biomes pretty close by. And we will go from there. So I guess, actually, we've been running for a little while now. I think we'll go ahead and call it here. I just kind of wanted to let you all know where I've been, what's been going on, what I've been up to, where we're going. And right here is where we're going. 1.10.2 mod pack. Like I said, we're going to get into this. We're going to learn these mods. Hopefully sometime by pretty close to the end of the year, I think they're supposed to have the Infinity pack. So hopefully by then we'll have a good grasp on stuff and we can really get into these 1.10 packs. So until then, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.